Hello, good people of DSST. Today we're going to be talking about factors that affect electrostatic force. So this section asks you how if you change the mass, charge, and the distance of two different objects, how the force between them will change. So the really important key point here is that we use reasoning. I'm going to highlight answers, but I'm not going to explain the reasoning. It's up to you to write down the reasoning after you watch it. So our original objects are these two objects that each have a positive charge. And you can see we have two arrows and we have two forces. Since they're the same charge, they're going to be repelling in the opposite direction. So the first question, if you move the objects closer together, would the electrostatic force, and we need to highlight one, increase, decrease, or stay the same? And so here we can actually use the balloon example, right? And so if we reset these balloons, right, and we'll put a little bit of charge on one balloon and a little bit of charge on another balloon, right? What we can do is we can kind of determine what the forces on these balloons are, right? And so as you see, if we move this balloon closer together, we can see that's really easy to push it away, right? The closer we are, the farther it wants to go away. But if we're far apart, then the sweater is the thing that actually pulls the balloon in. And so if we go right here, we can actually see if we're closer together, we know that the charge will increase, right? Because they're closer together, their fields will be stronger when they're right next to each other. So they're going to increase. And so when you talk about your reasoning, you can talk about how charge is really dependent on distance, how the electric field is going to be increasing there, and how two electrons that are the same charge don't want to be near each other. All right, next question. If you switch the charges of the objects to negative, would the electrostatic force increase, decrease, or stay the same? So notice that we're switching both sides to negative, right? Both are going from +3 to -3. And so here we're going to still have the same difference in charge, right? Because they're still the same, so they're still going to repel each other. And so we know these are going to stay the same. They're not actually going to change because we're not actually changing the distance and we're not changing the force that stands between them. So you can talk about that right here, how likes always repel. Now if we had one that was positive and one that was negative, that would be a different story. Then they would be attracted to each other and the force would change. But for here, we know that they're going to stay the same. All right, y'all, keep up the good work. I'll see you in the next video.